Greetings, good evening, everybody. Yeah, and welcome to another installment of the special modded Routemaster VLT 172 from Southend Transport via Agora Models. Yeah, via the lovely people at Agora Models. So yeah, and if you want to join in with building this lovely Routemaster bus, it does come in red normally, normal London Transport red, and you can get one from these guys down here on the ticker tape. The lovely people there at agoramodels.com. So if you like to join in, build a red one, or even build a blue one like I'm doing, or a green one, or a pink one, or whatever color you want. Yeah, so join in and have some fun. So right, let's crack on as quick as we can, shall we? Because I don't want to be hanging around tonight too much, because without giving you too much information, I'm actually in a lot of pain. But anyway, we'll crack on as best we can, to use Joddy Dave's phrase. Right, who's in the house tonight then, guys? Okay, Warren James, you've got gold. Hi all, hi Warren. And then we've got D Harris, he's got silver. Hi D. And then we've got D Harris again, evening Warren. We've got Spoon, Rackety Spoon, Jello all. Hi Rockety, thanks for joining us. And then we've got Gillian Milne, evening everyone, I hope everyone's okay. We've got Dano's Universe, hello everyone. We've got Warren James. And we've got D Harris, Warren James, D Harris, Gillian Milne, goodness me. Rackety Spoon says, I'm good. I have a house full, double amount of kids, as all my kids and have friends over, so great. So hello kiddies, hope you're enjoying yourselves, and don't be keeping your this fella here, don't be keeping him up too late, will you? So behave yourselves. Jay's channel says, good evening all, I hope everyone's okay and good luck with your build, Dave. Thank you for that, Jay. Hiya, Jay. And then we've got D Harris, evening, Jay. Warren James. We've got Dano's Universe. Hi, D and Warren. We've got Max Mods in the house. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mark. We've got D Harris. And we've got Max Mods, and we've got Darth DMC. So evening all. Hi Darth, thanks for joining. We've got Dave Mac Builds. Good evening everyone. Good luck with your build, Dave. Thanks for that, Dave. Thanks for joining. D Harris. And we've got my lovely wife, Crafty Chris. Good evening everyone. Sounds good, Spoons, yeah. sounds pretty good, a house full of kiddies. Rather you than me. So Dave MacBill says, good evening, Dave. And Dave MacBill says, hello, Crafty Chris. Crafty Chris says, good fun, Spoons. Yes. So Darth DMC says he needs to catch up with Chris on the Eddie Stobbard truck. Yeah, I do actually. But I'm not doing that tonight. So we're doing the Blue Routemaster tonight. But yeah, I do need to catch up with Crafty Chris because she's ahead of me now. And goodness me, yeah, I'm well behind. Joddy Dave says, evening everyone. Hi Joddy Dave, thanks for joining us, and sorry for finishing your phrase. Let's crack on. So, and Rackety Spoon says, yeah, I have two of the kids just come down, so we'll be taking them back up soon. Okay, jolly good, no problem. And Jay's channel says that D Harris, hi. Horlicks says, hi at DS Models and Vintage. Hi Horlicks, thanks for joining us. And he says, hi, everyone in the chat. And then we've got the lovely Verwayne. Verwayne, hi, all. Thanks for joining us. And then we've got Yorkshire Crafter, another nice lady. So, hi, everyone. Hello, Julie. Thanks for joining us. Verwayne says, hi, Yorkshire Crafter. And I think that's it for now. Okay. And, oh, goodness me. Why isn't it coming on there? Come on. Let's get that little star on, then I know where I am. Okay, right. Okay, I'll just bring up that one, I think. So Yorkshire Crafter says, hi everyone, hope you're okay. Thank you, Julie. Right, come on. Let me bring up that one as well. David Bassett says, good evening, Sir Dave. Say, ding, ding. Can't go without one of them, can we? There we are, David. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, good evening to you too, sir. Right, okay. So I'm gonna move along a bit now and see see if we can change camera. Can anybody tell me if it looks any better on screen? We're doing a few things in the background, and we're hoping that it's a bit clearer this week. And it might be me. I move around quite a bit when I'm talking, and I use my hands. I'm a hand talker. Yeah, so anyway, we'll have to try that and see if it's all right. Anyway, I'm going to change my cameras and we'll see where we go from there. So, and see what it's like, what the quality is like. And I'll try and keep an eye on the chat as best as I can, guys. And we'll see what we're up to this week. So, what have we got here then? So, hopefully you can all see this. I'll just have a slurp of my tea. And of course, it's in the good old Routemaster mug. So, yeah, beautiful Routemaster mug. Okay, right. So, what we have here is the front. It's the front panel where we pretty much where we left off last time. I've still got a little bit of filling to do in there. I found something to point with. So if I'm pointing down there to the top of the AEC badge, I've got some filling to do in there with some model filler, and I've actually got some chrome pens. I've got them chrome pens this week. These are Molitor chrome, liquid chrome effect, mirror effect pens. My old one was running out, and this is why the chrome isn't very good on here. So I'm going to use one of these chrome pens to just go around the AEC badge and down on the center there. Also, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to fit these two light bezels to each side of the Routemaster, the one on this side and one on the other side. We're going to fit the grill on the other side wing, so that's the silver grill on the other side wing, the near side wing. And then we're going to attempt to fit some of these, which are these photo etched strips that go along the top edge of the near side wing. They go along the top edge of that wing there. So we're going to attempt to fit them. And so tonight's stream is going to be a little bit slower than normal because I want to be quite patient with this. And that's because Rome wasn't built in a day. And hopefully we won't make any mistakes. And I will be showing you bits and pieces along the way as well. So hopefully we can keep you entertained. So for tonight's little build, we're going to need 3 lots of screws, and we've got them in the Mark 1 Horlick's screw pot. And so we've got the DMs, they're the very tiny red ones. We've got the CMs, and we've got the AMs. So yeah, we're going to need all 3 of them screws, except for the CMs, the DMs, the very, very tiny red ones. And I'll try and get the one on the end of my screwdriver and show you exactly how tiny it is. So it's not easy when you're doing these things live, but we'll try. Hopefully I'm not out of focus too much. There is a very, very, very tiny DM screw on the end of my screwdriver. I don't know whether it's picking it up or not, but hopefully it is. So they're very, very tiny. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting these strips on, and temporarily I'm going to be screwing one of the DM screws into the top of the wing, the near side wing, and on the strip. And then I'm going to be moving it over slightly, and I'm going to be putting a little dab of super glue, and then I'm going to be using these. So these are dressmakers pins, sorry, and they are 25 grams in the pot, but they are 26 by 0.75 millimeter. So I actually got these from Hobbycraft, and they was in the sale at about, I don't know, £1.20 or something for, oh goodness, I don't know how many. There's hundreds of them. There really is. There's a lot in there. So I'm going to be using these pins, 26 by 0.75 millimeter. Now the 26 is the length, and the 0.75 millimeter is 3/4 of a millimeter in diameter. So they are not very big at all. But what will happen when I do fit these to this wing is that they will stick out a little bit, and they will need clipping off And the way I'm going to do that is that I've got a little Dremel, and I've got a little steel saw on the Dremel and a little grinding disc, and I'm going to grind off these the excess pins that poke through the other side, and then I'll glue them if necessary, but I won't be doing that on camera because that's like an outside job, really, over the dustbin, because I don't want these pin ends going everywhere, especially when you've got animals around and, you know, people with poorly feet and what have you. So we don't want pins around. So I'll be doing them outside, as I say, over the dustbin, to make sure that we don't get any flying pins. And I'll be using goggles and gloves and everything else. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. But as well as that, I'm going to be showing you how and what paints I'm going to be using for the flooring. And this is the back platform. So it's totally the wrong colour, really. It's okay for a model, but it's not okay for our modded model. So it should be more of a corky colour. And so if you look on the end of this stick, I found a colour that I'm going to use. And once that's applied, with a couple of coats of that, and then in between the wooden slats here, that are supposed to be wooden slats, it will be a little bit darker because I'm going to run some weathering dark moisture down them grooves. But that's what colour it'll be. It'll be a corky colour because it was an anti-slip flooring similar to cork, so that was on these Routemasters. So that'll be the colour it's going to be, and that'll be the colour the steps are going to be. The flooring right inside, down below, and upper deck as well. So yeah, that's going to be my mod for the flooring. Also, the second mod to do with the flooring is with these panels here, these kick plates on the stairs. As you know, you do use, or you may not know, you do use on these kick plates these silver BP screws, and they are rather large screws. They've got rather large heads on them, and so I am going to be using yet again the pins, so the dressmaker's pins, when we're putting them together. So I won't be getting around to that tonight because obviously we've got a lot to get through tonight as it is, but yeah, I'll be showing you how to do that as well. Okay, but not in tonight's program. Okay, right, let's get on a bit then. I'll bring up the chat a bit and then we'll go from there. So where did we get to with the chat? And goodness me, you guys know how to chat, don't you? So right, okay, Jolly Dave. Get rid of that star. Jolly Dave says, you look okay. Oh, thank you, Dave. Yeah, thank you very much for that. And Dee says, looks okay. Thank you, Dee. And Dave McBill says, looks good, Dave. Thank you. And David Bassett says, on Horlick's live mod builds for the T800 Terminator last night, Ian Campbell at Partwork Upgrades said that he was going to be making an external power pack mod for the Routemaster. Yes, he did, David. Yeah, I have prior knowledge of this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to helping in any way, shape or form that I can with the external power mod, whatever's necessary. And yeah, we're in talks, and yeah, hopefully it'll come to fruition shortly, and you'll all be known about it. So right, Jay's channel says £1.25 per bottle. You have to buy 4. Okay, what's £1.25 per bottle and you have to buy 4? I don't know, I've forgotten. So, Jay's channel says, please give a good thumbs up for tonight. Thank you for that, Jay. It's very much appreciated. And David Bassett says, good evening, Jason, at Jay's channel. And Crafty Chris says, it looks green. It looks green. What looks green? What, the blue? The blue looks green. I see what you mean about the, no, it's a khaki. It's actually desert type khaki, and it's not green at all. So it's cork coloured. So yeah. Okay. So Mark says, instead of gluing the pins, could you not just bend them and secure them in place, and then just snip off the excess? No, unfortunately not, Mark. You cannot bend them in place. There is not enough room to physically put them underneath the wing or wherever we want them. So they will be glued in and then zipped off by a Dremel. So, and then they'll be re-glued at that side as well. Okay, so Bear Wayne says, hi, Crafty Chris. And I think that's it for now. I think we've got there. Now I've been looking at the pins, Mark, and unfortunately they can't do that at all. And by the time you've tried to bend them through 90 degrees or more, they'll just snap off anyway. So because they are steel pins. So I'm just going to try my star again. Get my star on there. Okay. So right. So let's bring up another two. It's all right. So Jez Channel says that David Bassett, hiya to you and Pepsi. And then Holic says, really does look stunning. Thank you for that. Yeah, it looks really nice. I mean, I'm used to it. I'm used to looking at the color and everything. But you guys only see it like once a week or twice a week or something. But yeah, it looks okay. I'm really pleased with how it's coming out. Okay, enough me chatting away like this. Let's get some work done, shall we? Got to have some more tea. I am such a tea belly. So right, one of the first things I want to try and do is I'm going to try and, with the help of my pliers, I'm going to try and give these another coat of the silver. If I can find my 2mm pen one. So that's the 1mm, so I want that one. The 2mm. Okay, just to show you how good these go on, really. Hopefully it does go on well. Okay. So this is the Molitor liquid chrome effect mirror effect pen, and you can see that it's just lightly, very lightly, pop it on there around the rim, and hopefully you can see that the light's catching it. You can see that there's quite a bit going on. So I've got to get inside the rim, and then I've got to get outside the rim as well. So these pliers aren't the best. My hand's shaking it the best tonight. No, I should have been poorly, and I've been a bit poorly, and I have several things wrong with me, and I sometimes I struggle on a weekly basis, but I don't try and moan as much. But I know Chris says you do moan quite a bit, but you know, when you're in pain a lot or you've got something chronically wrong with you, then you know you do tend to suffer a bit with it, and what have you. So hopefully that's nice and chrome. Don't know whether my camera's picking it up very well against this white background. Yeah, that's one of them. I'm going to try and put that down, put the lid on first. The chrome pen. Okay, let me put that down on the tray. There we are, that's one. So I'll try and do the other one. So yeah, I actually wasn't gonna stream very much this weekend, and I thought, well, I've really got to try and get something done. And we're still actually waiting for pack 3 of the Agora Routemaster. I know there's a lot of people that haven't got pack 3 yet. So if you be patient, guys, it'll come along. I'm sure it will. I do know that there is a bit of postage problem here, there, and everywhere. So, and of course, welder fairs at the moment won't be helping with anything. And yeah, we just got to hope for the best, don't we, on welder fairs. Anyway, I don't want to be too political. I don't want to be too much down in the dumps, because you guys have been good enough to watch me tonight. And I want to be happy and jolly if I can. So that's another silver one done. Have I got something to put that against? Yeah. Perhaps. Will it sparkle? Right, maybe it will. Maybe it will. Difficult in this light and the camera angle and what have you. Now my doodads won't let it go. There we are. Right. Okay, so that's that bit done. Okay, I can't physically fill this top of this AEC badge tonight with you guys watching because I'd have to have my magnifying glass down to it and everything, and my magnifying glass is quite close to it over here. So, but I will be doing that, and I'll be showing you how it's done a bit later on in the series, all being well. So let's have another look and see what we've got to do now. Well, I keep putting this off, guys, and putting it off and putting it off. And so here goes. So we've got our wing, our lovely wing. We've got a screw, and we've got these that are half cut out. Okay. So I'm taking my sprue cutters, and I'm going to start, I think, from this end, from the left-hand side end. And I do believe, probably that way actually. I do believe that they're going like that. Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll cut the first one off, and we'll see where we go from there. So these are actually tin metal, and they've been pressed out on something or other. And I'm going to be cutting off the first one. I've already cut the other side. I'm using my sprue cutters because I've got no sharp blade that will actually do that. So what I may need to do once I've done this is actually touch up the paint once they're on the bus itself. But that's not a problem to me. Not a problem at all. Oh, there it's gone. It's jumped off. There we are. Come on. Come on. Let me pick it up. The old fingers don't work very well. Right. Okay. So we've got one of them. Okay. And we're laying it across. And these go with the stripes upwards. You'll see that there's stripes on them, and they go with the stripes upwards. And they should go in I was going to say chronological order, but yeah, the way they are on the sprue. So what I'm going to do, I am going to attempt to get a screw in, and then I'm going to attempt to just put a tiny wee bit of super glue to hold it in place, a little bit at a time as we go along. So, but I just want one screw in the end. And I've got to be really steady here because the nerves aren't very good, but let's try and see what we can go from here. Can we get this screw in? Will it go in? I think there was a satisfying little click there that went into the groove. And there we are. Okay, so that's going to hold it in place of where it wants to be. But we want to super glue it in. And it's just got to be a tiny, weeny little bit that holds that down in place. And it has to be lined up, and it has to be spot on as well when you get the super glue on it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the front end and just put a tiny weeny bit on there. So I'm using some medium surface contact super glue. It's actually CA glue. Just laying that up against there for a second. It's actually CA glue, and I get this from Boy's or Boys, whatever shop they like to call it. It's a bit of a haberdashery and all the rest of it. I've got a little screw pot here. Sorry, a little piece of plastic sprue that I'm actually pouring a little bit into. And I've got a very tiny cocktail stick. And this is where I might need my extra light, so watch your eyes. There we go. And I'm just going to hold that up a bit over where I want it roughly. And my dog's moved so I can get closer to the table. And then I may even need to take my glasses off for this one. It's still holding on there with the screw. And just very, very, very carefully place your thumb across it and test fit it first. Yeah, so it's going to go there. So we need a little tiny bit underneath there. So I've got a bit on the end of my cocktail stick. I'm going to bring it in and just place a little bit underneath of that strip, and then I'm going to put my strip down exactly over the hole, and hopefully it's going to stick. Okay, now I just want it to hold it really, because we will be putting a pin in there, and I won't be putting a screw in there. I will be putting a pin in there, and I will be super gluing the pin in as well. And you can see that I've lost a little bit of silver paint off the end there, but that's not a problem, because I can just dab a very, very tiny bit of silver paint on there. So I'm going to try and get a screw out of the, a pin out of the pot. Be careful what you say, guys, don't you? A pin out of the pot. Goodness me. Right, so I've got a pin. See a pin, pick it up, and all the day you'll have good luck. Isn't that true? Yeah, it's just picking it up, that's the problem. So we're going to slide the pin in there. And I'm going to pull the pin through manually, and I may even put my finger end over there and just give it a pull, tug, see if it'll hold it down. But these are going to be so much better than the screws, so much better. I mean, the screw that I temporarily put in the end there, don't know whether my camera will focus. It's sticking out that screw quite a lot, awful lot, but the pin on that end is hardly visible. It's got to be much better, hasn't it? Got to give a much truer feel to it. Come on. And you can tell how long that this is going to take. Okay, so the pin has pulled it in, but it's not set as hasn't the pin. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put a little bit on the shaft of the pin, push it back up, and then I'm going to put a little bit on the shaft of the pin, and then pull it back in. Oh, goodness me. This is very intricate work. Very intricate indeed. Okay, so I've pulled it back in now. And hopefully I can get this to stay in place. And then I can show you guys the underneath and show you what I mean by the underneath. I've got to get it to set yet. So I'm holding it. Yeah, there's a good few hours working this, I would imagine. That'll keep me quiet, won't it? Yeah. No. Come on. Come on, come on, set. Trying to blow it across. But do you think this paintwork looks all right? I think it'll do, don't you? It's not that bad. It's not bad for an amateur. Yeah. So I think that's set. I'm not sure. I'll turn it upside down and have a look. So yeah, we've got the pin sticking out there. Difficult to spot, I think, with this camera. It's sticking out there as the pin, just in front of my little pinky finger. And of course, it's got to be cut off because you can't leave it like that above the wheel arch there, because it'll puncture the tyres, won't it? So that has got to be repeated over and over and over again until all this is pinned up. So I might do a couple more, and let's see how we go from there. Notice we've got a bit of something there that I'm going to try and get off. I think it's a bit of dust or something, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a bit of something over. That's better. So let's go for another one, shall we? So, another pin. And then what I'm going to do is, when I get near to the other end, I'll glue the other end down, similar fashion to what I've done this side. Because it should only, in theory, need the pins to hold it down, shouldn't it? Just going to hold that off with my finger underneath and then get a bit of glue on it. I hope I'm in camera shot, guys, because it's difficult doing this. It's very, very intricate work, but it's going to be so worth it. Let's pull that down, shall we? So worth it indeed. So yeah, I can see the chat's coming in, so I'll get back to you in the chat in a minute. Just I've got my hands full at the minute and just holding this down so I can get it to glue. So what I'm doing is, if you've only just joined, I'm putting some strips across the near side of the wing, the strips that come with the build, and I instead of using the DM screws, I'm actually using dress pins, and I just want it to make it look a lot better than the sticking up screws. And I'm going to do exactly the same to the stairs, to the step treads on the stairs. I actually wanted to do this with one of the other builds, and I wasn't able to. So I was too quick in building one before I got round to somebody coming along and giving this this demonstration. And what a demonstration it is! Goodness me, fantastic mod! It is if it works. I'm going to turn this over again, guys, and hopefully you can see that the pins are sticking out there, and they just want zipping off with a what do you call it? Zipper, a Dremel. Okay, you can see that's nice and flat there. Yeah. Oh, they look like chrome rivets, don't they? Right. Well, of course, this is a special mod. You won't get another one like this. Shall we put another one in? Why not? And then we'll come back to a bit of chat. Get my pin stood up there now. I can grab it then. And then, of course, you've got to be careful on the underneath that you don't stab yourself with all these pins. So, as you ladies, dressmakers will know, or dressmakers, you sort of get used to it, don't you, after a while, working with pins. And you lot will probably be buying me a thimble next, won't you? I jest. I tell you a lot, I jest. Right, go down there then. Okay. I'm going to pull it through again. So it's nice and tight. Keep hold of it until it sets. And of course, we've got no glue over the paintwork or over the strip or over the chrome end of the pin. All we've got is a pin head because I'm gluing the shaft. So when it's going down in there, it's actually gluing into the shaft and onto the chrome strip. And as I say, when I cut them off, I will be re-gluing the cut off bits that's in the other side of the wing when it's all set. Come on. Okay. I'm holding it, boss. I'm holding it. Is it setting? I do believe it is. It's going well. Right. So we've come to the end now. We've got the end of this one, and we've got a screw in there, of course. I'm going to take that out. And then I'm going to just glue that end down and then pop a pin in. And what time are we on? Oh, we're all right yet. So you can tell I've knocked a bit of paint off there as well, which I ain't bothered about at the moment. It's only silver off the end of the strip. So I'm going to glue down just under the strip, if I can actually lift the end of the strip up. What's happening to my computer? Don't know. Hope it's not going to go off. Let me slide the pin under there a bit so we can get a bit of glue under there. You have to be Harry Houdini to do stuff like this. But, oh, there we go. One pin. If it was a loose wheel, I'd be singing, "Don't leave me again, loose wheel, loose heel. You picked a fine time to leave me, loose wheel." Don't get me started singing. "For hungry children, the crop in the fields." I just can't help it, I'm sorry. One of these days, guys, I'll get my guitar out and I'll do some practice and sing you all a song. Well, if I'm allowed, that is. Not one of these days. Did you know I had a guitar? Did you know I played a little bit? Only a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, I've had a guitar for quite a few years now. An acoustic guitar. I love it to bits. It's actually a Tanglewood one. And not very expensive. I wanted a Martin guitar, but they are a lot of money. Goodness me, they are a lot of money. Yeah, so that's got that pin done there. And that one, and that one. So, one complete strip pinned down and glued. And that's what it's going to look like. So, I don't want to bore you to death with it, see, that's the only problem. So, let me have a look at the chat and well, that's setting hard. And then we'll maybe fix a few more bits and pieces onto the wing, like the light and what have you. Okay. Get a light refreshment. Okay, so let's have a look at the chat. We've got, okay, well, goodness me. You do like to chat a lot, you guys, which is fabulous. Okay, so we've got Horlicks saying really does look good, stunning. Thank you, Horlicks. And we've got Horlicks saying the bar is set with your other two custom builds. This will be no exception. Yeah. And the bar is set, and I do believe, Horlicks, that the bar has already been smashed. So yeah, yeah, the bar's set, and yeah, this is going to be absolutely unbelievable. It's going to be superb. So, and I know I'm blowing my own trumpet there, but yeah, it's going to be really nice as this build. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing it. So we've got Crafty Crest saying hi, Wayne. And we've got Gillian saying, good show, big thumbs up. Thank you, Gillian. And we're not finished yet. So, and then we've got Rexy Spoon saying, just got back to the computer and I was on the title screen. Guess I'll have to watch it back. Okay. So yeah, I was just saying that yeah, it's good on you for looking after the kids as you do, and we've been there. We've been there quite a few times. So then we've got Max Mod saying, Dave, you are a braver man than me doing this. Yeah, no, no, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. So, and then we've got Alex Demetrius. Hello, Dave. Loving this build, especially the livery colours. Love it. Thank you for that, Alex. Yeah. The colours are absolutely superb, aren't they? I don't know why. When about 3 years ago now, maybe more, when I first set out on this journey, this particular coloured bus was one of the buses that I had in mind of doing, and that somebody said, in fact, it was one of the members on the Routemaster group that said they would much rather this one was done, and there's only ever been one done in 1/24 scale, and that's you know, the kit one. Is it the Revel kit? Yeah, the Revel Routemaster kit, and that's been done in 1/24 in Southend Transports livery. So, and I do believe it's on the Routemaster Facebook group as well, which actually reminds me, we'll put that on. And if you want to join any of our Facebook groups, have a look at the ticker tape that's running across the bottom now, and we belong to all them and more besides. Yeah, so once you get into one of them groups, then we can filter you off to whatever group you want. And yeah, what a lovely community it is too. Okay, so go back to chat. Where's the chat comments? Alex. So D Harris says, awesome paint job, Dave. Thank you ever so much. Yeah, it did take a little bit of doing. And Spoon says, going to make a quick coffee. Please don't go away. No, we won't go away, Spoon. I'm going to be here for another 20 minutes or so, I would have thought. So, and D Harris says, nail clippers should snip them, or small wire snips. Yeah, I was thinking about that as well. Yeah. Yeah, good thinking, D. I will try them. Horlick says, are you sure you're modelling a Routemaster bus? It looks like a torture device. No, looking fantastic. Love the idea. In hindsight, I would have done mine that way. What colour would the red one be? Silver. Yeah, the strips on the red one would have been silver. In fact, I think there's a lot of people that have modded them silver instead of just the body color of red. But I've seen them both. I've seen them red and I've seen them silver. But yeah, I think they actually look a little bit better blinged up in silver. But there you go. So Dave McBill says, wow, Dave, it's looking great. Well done. Thank you for that, David. Much appreciated. And David Bassett said, saw some of the real ones down in Southend when they were in service, Dave. Wow. So you probably did get to see VLT 172 then, which is fleet number 102, because that was their show bus. So, and Alex Demetrius says, Dave, the colours are so good. They complement each other. There's a little, there lies red, white, and where it see it finish. Yes, there is a very thin line of red that runs through the bus horizontally all the way around, and that's near to the top end of the bus. In fact, I think I'll have a picture here somewhere. Let's show you a picture. Yeah, there we are. So on this picture, you can see that there is a red line right at the very top there, underneath the top deck windows. Yeah, that's just standard LT red, and then you've got your white and your blue, and the Southend Transport, and this is the one we're doing with the show bus, with its RM number still on the panel at the side of the Routemaster bonnet there. So yeah, that's one we're doing, except for there is going to be slight changes to this because this particular bus and a few of the others have a dual livery, what they call a dual livery. So the upper deck top window bars were actually blue as well. So they will be blue on the model. Well, the upper deck window bars. So the roof will be blue, the upper deck window bars will be blue, then there'll be a very thin white stripe, and then there'll be a thin red stripe, and then there'll be white paneling up on the upper deck there, and then there will be a blue stripe, there'll be white window bars on the lower deck, and then the bottom will be blue, and it'll have white writing, and then it will have the panel in red on the Routemaster bonnet there. And then you can see that it's getting there now. It's not very far off. So yeah, it's not very far off. So yeah, we're getting there. So, but yeah, this is what I work from, is pictures mainly. And Peter Curtin is actually working in the background for me on various things. He's working on the colour scheme, and he's working on adverts, and is actually working on some photographic work for me in the background as well. So that's going to be something special to look forward to when Peter finishes his detective work, what he's doing for me on my behalf. And he'll no doubt be producing some more lovely adverts for the sides and backs and fronts of the bus as well. So Rackety says, back now with coffee. Where's mine? Where's mine, Rackety? So yeah, mine's 2 sugars and milk. Actually, in coffee, it's 3 sugars and milk, but don't tell anybody. Yeah, so I love coffee with 3 sugars in. And a dash of whiskey now and again as well. So yeah. And Alex Demetrius says, Dave, the colours complement each other very well. They will be red, blue, and white. Can't wait to see it finished. Yeah, I'm exactly the same with that, Alex. Can't wait to see the finished product. It's going to be stunning, isn't it? It's going to be absolutely stunning. So we've got Tones Transport Photos. Hi, Tones Transport Photos. How are you? Hi, Dave. Just tuned in. Looking very nice. The colours, those parts. Quality paintwork. Thank you for that, Tony. Very much appreciated. Hope you're well. Hope you're not working too hard neither, because you do work very hard. You do. And David Bassett says, when 102 had blue upper deck window surrounds, it had the very large Southend Transport lettering on the sides. Yes, it did. Yes. And I think that was true with most of the others, wasn't it? Yeah. So, and I think I'm actually getting some pictures of 122 VLT 44, is it? So yeah, I'm actually getting some pictures of that at some point, because I think it's in the Canvey Bus Museum, isn't it? So yeah, okay. So I'm going to star that comment then, and I'm going to carry on a little bit. So what do you want me to do next, guys? It's 10 to 9. I don't want to be doing this all night on camera, even though it's quite relaxing. But you can tell it's going well. They are laying nice and flat, and they are looking a bit like rivets, I hope. The ginormous rivets that are holding that on, which are much better than them screw heads. So, ouch, I just poked myself with a pin as well. Be very careful if you do this. Them pins are sharp, believe me. Right, okay, let me put that out of the way safe for now. I don't want to get it scratched or anything, so I'm going to pop it back over there on some soft material. I was going to put the lights in, wasn't I? I was going to put the lights in that one. Yeah, so let me have it back again then, shall we? Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. It comes to us all, when we get to a certain age, doesn't it? So, right. Okay. So we have got some bits and pieces to put on it, and I can manage that okay, I'm pretty sure, I think, if I can get these bits out one-handed. So we've got one of them to put on, and I've got a light lens, and we've got a light bezel, and then we've got a screw or two as well. So, and then we've got some instructions somewhere. So if you're building this with the Agora site, you'll come across the Agora download, and the download will have all these instructions on, so you'll be able to build this without printing anything off at all. You just go onto your computer, print and have a look on the download section, and you'll find all the instructions to build this wonderful model. So right, we're going to be working on the near side headlamp, and assembly is attaching in a very similar way to the offside headlamp. You fit the outer rim 2F to the front near side wing, and which I won't do now because I'm obviously leaning it on there, and you did see me do them in chrome earlier. So we're going to move over to step A, and then B, and then C of step 5 of fitting the headlight and the reflector and the headlight lens. So step 1 of 5 is to put this outer bit in. Okay, and again, I've got to be very careful with my fingers so they don't get spiked. So I'm my own worst enemy. I am. think we all are, aren't we? So we've got this surrounding like that. Okay, and then next we've got to put the lens in, and the lens goes a specific way around. And why does the lens go a specific way around? And that's because it has horizontal and vertical lines inside the lens, which do direct the light in a certain direction when you put your lights on. And yeah, they've always been like that for many, many years. I'm trying to do this without getting too many fingerprints on it. And it does sit into a little notch in there. Mine's not at the moment. There we are. I think we've gotten her into a notch. Yeah, we have. So there's the headlight rim and headlight glass in. And then you obviously fit this out a bit on. And we go to section B of section 5 in the magazine. And this only goes one way in particular. You see that it's got a notch on that side, a notch on that side. And so if you get it in the right orientation, the same as the magazine, it's just a case of popping it in there in the right orientation. And you've got a screw hole there and a screw hole there. And they are CM screws. So let's try and find the CM screws. So I have actually got them out ready in the Mark 1 of Horlicks's pot. So CM screws, times 2. I actually thought there was AM screws, but it says AM on the grill. Okay, so it's CM on the light. I'm going to try and pop these in if I can. They won't be very good to get in, I don't think. Oh, let's see if we can pop that into the light holder properly. You know what I'm working against, don't you? All them all them pins. Just gonna have to loosen that off. I'm my own worst enemy, aren't I? Come on, get in there. No. Come on. I don't want to jab myself on screen, do I? That'd be terrible. Come on. Let me get that in there. Hope you can see all right, guys. Come on. No, it's not gone in. Okay, it can't be lined up. No, let me get this one back on my screwdriver. I think this one's magnetising again. So I got a lovely magnetizer at Christmas from Max Mods and Yorkshire Crafter, which is coming really handy. Really, really handy. So a lot more than what I thought it would do. So yeah, thank you ever so much for that, Max Mods and Yorkshire Crafter. Let's oh yeah, I've got to push that in there now. So that's why it wasn't going in properly, guys, because it was springing out, wasn't it? So come on. Okay. Now what I've got to do is push that in there without getting spiked too much. And you're actually pushing against yourself all the time because you're pushing against the headlight, which is forcing it back out. Anyway, let's see where we go from here. See if it goes in. Is it going in? Is it just missing it, I think? No, it's not going in there. I don't want to go in there at all. Come on. You can probably hear it. It's not going in right. Come on. There we are. There we are. Yeah, I was my own worst enemy. I was I was trying to keep away from the pins. So we've got that in nicely now. So we've got that in. Yes, we've got the headlight in. Okay, I'm going to turn it on its back. And then we're going for C now in section 5, and that is putting this grill on the outside. Sorry, the inside. And this only goes one specific way. And you'll notice that it's got a little chink on there, which just wants bending a little bit. that way around, I do believe. And the picture I have, guys, is that the Routemaster has these grills still on 172, whilst it's still in service in its show days. So for the grill, we want an AM screw. Go into the pot again for an AM screw, and let's see if we can get this in. Again, I've got to be very careful with my fingers and everything else. I don't want to get spiked. I maybe should have put these extras on when I clip them pins off, but we'll go for it. Okay, there we are. Yeah, so there's the grill. So we're nearly finished now, apart from obviously putting the tops on. Let's see if they're dry. Yeah, they're not too bad. Let's see if they'll pop in there. May need a bit of glue, I think. See where they line up to. Goodness me, this is bling and a half, isn't it? No, I'm not going to be able to push them in there. There we go. Look at that. Superb. But yeah, that's where it comes. Keep spiking myself. Yeah. So we've got a bit of bling on, and yeah, it's going to look all right with a bit of bling. And then, of course, once all these are done, all these top strips, we'll be able to put this together like this, won't we? And if I can just line it up for you guys to have a look, and then you can see what it's gonna look like. Something like that, with a bit of bling and a bit of silver and a bit of yeah, top strips along the wing and what have you, and the EC badge, and you know, it's modded registration number, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's coming along now, isn't it? So yeah, as I said, Rome wasn't built in a day, and I have been not been very well this week, so I do intend to carry on with it as much as possible. There's a lot of I've got a lot of yeah, fingerprints on it, but yeah, I'll get round to that, no problem, and dust them off. But at the moment, I'm obviously being careful not to spank myself with these pins that hopefully you can see under there, and they can be easily zipped off. In fact, I might do them one by one, strip by strip, and then I can get my Dremel in if my Dremel will work, or I can get my pincers in to snip them off, and then I can get in there with some glue as well. So I think I'll do them strip by strip, and then I'll take my time with it. Give me something to do while I'm watching telly, yeah, or watching YouTube. Yeah, got a lot of entertainment over YouTube. We do. Right. Let's have a quick look at the chat, and then I'll move on a little bit more to what I think I'm going to be doing shortly. So where's me thingy? Chat, goodness me. So okay, so David Bassett says the silver looks good over the blue wing, Dave. Yeah, it certainly does. Yeah, then the rest of them are going to be okay on there, I think, as well. And I'll have to just very, very carefully touch up the silver once I get them pins in. And we've got White Glove Models joining us. Kaylin, hi Dave, everyone in the land that is chat. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. Hope you're okay too, Kaylin. And thanks for joining us. And I'll just start your chat, and we'll move on a little bit. Come on. Is it going to not start the chat? Come on. Start that one. Start that one, please. There we are. Okay. Comment. There we are. Right. Okay. I'll need another drink. Oh, it's dry, thirsty work, is this tonight? Don't worry, it's not wine, it's cranberry, honest. Right. So I am going to coat this flooring. I'm just going to give this flooring a quick coat of paint. And I'm going to give it some magic, because once I've done it, and once it's dry, I'm just going to give it a bit of magic. And that means that I've got some weathering paints, and I've got some weathering oils and what have you. And I did obviously spare this earlier. And so I'm going to not blather this on, but I'm going to give it a quick coat just to show you guys what difference this makes. Now I know it looks a little bit green, but it actually dries. It actually dries. It dries cork coloured, and it's cork that I want it to be. So I'm just going to thinly put this on and get some colour towards it that looks a bit like corkish. So yeah, very, very carefully, of course. As you get this on, not too much on your brush, and you can always give it another coat a little bit later on. And I'm hoping that once this is on and done, it'll give it a corkish look. Because I'm going to put a dressing over the top that will. Did a bit of experimenting a couple of 3 days ago, and it worked out absolutely superbly. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to use that idea. I think if you remember, I said on the last stream that I was going to do just some experimenting to see what we could do to give it this cork effect. And I was watching somebody on YouTube a couple of weeks back, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to be doing that. So yeah, and yeah, this is something I like to do. Really, is experiment and mod away, and give yourself a free rein. And at the end of the day, if you don't like it, it would come off quite easily or recoat. But this is what I'm doing to this one. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't do it to yours, because obviously it's not everybody's cup of tea or cup of coffee. Yeah. So David Bassett shared a video to my my Facebook from a good friend of mine, so Ashley Blackman, and Ashley was actually painting a bus by hand, yeah, a complete real bus, and Ashley actually owns a company of restoration for buses, and it comes from a large family of like-minded enthusiasts. His dad, Tony Blackman, is very, very well known among the bus enthusiasts. And Ashley and Kirsty have actually made a really, really good business in bus restoration. And boy, do they do a fabulous job. So Ashley can brush paint a bus to mirror effect. So, and his painting's like glass. It really is very, very, very good indeed. So, in fact, you know, many buses that is painted have won, you know, very many awards because of the paint work and how tidy it works and everything. So, yeah, and he actually, Ashley actually gave me the paint codes for the East Yorkshire Routemaster that we did, and that's because he actually painted an East Yorkshire Bridge Master in the old colours shortly before I actually built the hachette Routemaster in East Yorkshire colours. So he knew exactly what the paint codes were, and it just needed a quick call to him, and yeah, he gladly passed the um, passed the codes over to me, no problem at all. Bless him. So yeah, and of course, all he wanted was a photograph of our finished models, and him and his wife Kirsty couldn't get over it. And it was absolutely superb. They was really pleased that they was able to help out, not only in a capacity of restoring real buses, but actually helping out on model buses too. So yeah, some of the model colours, some of the colours that he works with aren't around anymore. He actually got um, some paint colours from Williamson's paint, and they aren't around anymore, and Mason's paints, and there was famous paint companies around Yorkshire, and he's actually revived two or three of them colours, so that's still around. Okay, this is having the desired effect what I want, and I think we'll leave it at that for now, and then we'll start and give it another coat of something when I've rubbed it with some oil paint. So yeah, I know it looks green on camera, but it doesn't in real life. Yeah, and it won't look green by the time I finished it. I'm gonna have to put that down because I can't close my paint. Oh, right, that'll be dry in 20 minutes because it's only acrylic, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to coat it with something else, and well, I'm not telling you that yet. I'll leave that a secret, and we'll leave it until next time, shall we? Because I always like to leave my audiences wanting more. And I'm pretty sure you do want more, don't you? And you're going to get more when I put them two bits together, and we get all them strips on there, which would be fabulous, won't it? So I'm going to go back to chat. I'm hoping that we've been just over an hour now, and I'm hoping that you've had enough tonight of me babbling on and carrying on. So we've got Dave McBill saying, "Nice paint job, Dave. Thank you very much for that, Dave." Yeah, Rome wasn't built in a day. We're not going to rush with this. I'll certainly have it done by, let's say, January, February next year. Hopefully, all being well. So I'm trying to catch up as much as I can with the build as it's coming in. I think Pack 3 is a bit late. But I know that Pack 3 is pretty much the engine and the gearbox and what have you. So yeah, we've got plenty of chassis work to do there. Okay, so I hope you've found out something a little bit extra, and you've taken away a bit more than you've actually thought tonight over what I'm going to do to this, and hopefully it's to your approval, and hopefully it's going to look absolutely superb when it's finished, and yeah, I'll be quite happy that with some of the results so far, without a shadow of a doubt, especially how glam it's coming up now with all these silver and blue bits. Yeah. So right. Okay, so let's go back to the chat. We've got White Glove Models, excellent work, Dave. Thank you very much for that, Kaylin. We've got Jody Dave that says, great show, thumbs up, everyone. We've got D Harris, brilliant stream, Dave. Looking forward to the next one, thank you. And we've got Dave Matt Builds, great show tonight and very entertaining. Can't wait for the next one. Thank you very much for that, Dave Matt Builds, very much appreciated. Oh, goodness me. We've got Gillian Milne saying good night, everyone, and a massive thumbs up and a great show. Thank you very much for that, Gillian. And then we've got Dano's Universe saying great job, Dave. Good show tonight, as usual, and a big thumbs up. Thank you very much for that, Dano. And let me come on back onto camera. Back onto camera. Come on, camera. Yes. Okay. Okay, so hello everyone once again. So right, I've got a little announcement, and that is, so I really do appreciate you all viewing, whether it's live or not live, and I really do appreciate you all giving me a nice good thumbs up as well. And if you could please subscribe to my channel, that would help. But also, if you could subscribe to all them that's in the chat tonight, if they have a channel, please go along and visit them and join their channels too and see what they're up to. Because yeah, I'm up to something special, but the rest of the guys and girls in the chat, they're up to something special too. So obviously they've got some really nice channels. So, and also I've got a special thank you to say, and that is I had one viewer that was well, we all know him as Wow, Wilder Wayne. So thank you ever so much for viewing my channel, Wayne. Very much appreciated. I do watch your channel, obviously, and yeah, we see the great things you're building and everything. So I really do appreciate you viewing my channel, Wayne. Thank you for that ever so much. And yeah, let's hope you're going to end up with a lovely Routemaster bus at the end of the day, which you've wanted for a long time, haven't you? So right, let's go on to there a little bit more. Where did I get up to? Did I not star it? You see, this is why I'm not as good as everybody else. I didn't star it, did I? So I think we've got up to Dano's build, and we've got up to D Harris says night all in chat. Yeah, good night all in chat. And Dave McBell says night D, and Spoon says, come on. Spoon says we'll be watching this again in the morning. That's first part I didn't say. Okay, thank you very much for that, Spoon. Very much appreciated. And Crafty Chris says, good show again. Please like, share, and subscribe. Yes, please, if you don't mind. And I'm going to say to you now that goodness me, come on, my train of thought's just gone then. My train of thought went to like, share, and subscribe, but it also went to if you want to see more of us, there's going to be quite a few of us tomorrow night on the Northern Model Builders and Crafters show at 8 o'clock. We're going to be doing the Northern Model Builders kits, and we're going to be doing the kit show. So yeah, we'll be doing various bits and pieces of the kit. I might even carry on with this. It depends. I actually want to show pretty much all the process for you guys that's joined this specific channel, but I might even show a bit of this. So yeah, tomorrow night. So that's 8 o'clock tomorrow night on the Northern Model Builders and Crafters. And then on Tuesday, we've got on Crafty Chris's channel, we've got the Eddie Stobbard. Yeah, she'll be doing the next one in the Eddie Stobbard build on Crafty Chris's channel. So Thursday will be the Craft and Chat with Yorkshire Crafter and Horlicks and Crafty Chris, etc. And yeah, I do believe there is going to be a show on Wednesday with Horlicks. So and I think they'll be either 7 o'clock, 7:30, or 8 o'clock. You'll have to check them out in the schedule, which will be on either the Routemaster group or the Northern Model Builders group. So and yeah, there's going to be a lot on this next week. There's going to be some fabulous, interesting shows. Yeah, I have heard tell that there is going to be something extra special on Wednesday night when they go live on Wednesday night. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that one. Yeah, and yeah, I think that it's going to be such a brilliant show. I really do. So, where did I get up to? Crafty Chris, I got to there, and I got to D Harris Night Dave Mac, and then D Harris says Wednesday night too as well. Yes, yeah, Wednesday night. It could be 8 o'clock, or it could be after 7 or 7 o'clock on the well, Horlicks is going live anyway, and Max Mods, I believe, and several others. So yeah, it will be broadcast, as I say, on the special channel, the Northern Model Builders channel, I believe, and then it will be. It is in the schedule, so if you want to look in the schedule for Wednesday night, okay. And okay, so we've got Wednesday at 7 p.m. says Max Mod. So thank you for that, Mark. Yeah, much appreciated. And yeah, it'll be something extra special. So yeah, you've got to be there or be square. Okay, right. I am going to love you and leave you. I'm going to say thank you ever so much for the chat. Thank you ever so much for giving me some nice positive comments on the paintwork. It's actually blowing me away. I'm really enjoying it. It's hard work, but I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, I'm just going to show you quickly that this is nearly dried. And it's nearly looking right. It's nearly looking like cork, and it will do shortly. Right. Okay. I'm going to leave you then, because I want to leave you while the going's good. Okay. I'm going to. Oh yeah, I've forgotten. So this guy on the Routemaster Facebook page, and he's on several other pages. He's on my miniature buses page as well, and he's actually building several different Routemasters. He's built some single deck ones, and he's going to build a breakdown one, and he's going to build a workshop one, and he's going to build a open top one. Okay. Well, I can reveal today that I am actually going to build an open top one too. And I was actually fortunate enough to come across a very cheap one just before Christmas, just after I'd sold some engines actually. So, and just before we went visiting some people. So I bought this cheap one. Apparently an old guy built it, the Routemaster. And he sadly passed away, and it was given to this other guy who said that he liked it. And anyway, his wife didn't want it in the house, so and then he realized that it was just a bit too big to put in his cabinet, so he wanted rid of it. Anyway, it was advertised on Facebook marketplace, and it was so cheap, it was unbelievable. Anyway, we was visiting somebody just before Christmas, and we arranged to go see it, and it was in a nearby town. And goodness me, I fell in love with it. So yeah, a guy has made a complete Routemaster. I have no idea who it was, because I think it's been passed on. And he unfortunately didn't get all the screws in place, and he didn't get all the strips on or anything. So there was a couple of bits that's missing. There's a couple of bits that's on wrong, and there's also like all the underneath wants tightening up and things like that. And some of the figures have been glued in wrongly and what have you. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I am going to be building a East Yorkshire Routemaster open top double decker bus from this particular model that I picked up just before Christmas. So I've decided to like use it as a restoration project, and you guys will be seeing it. Yeah, you'll be seeing it on stream. So keep your eyes peeled. And as always, I like to keep you wanting more. So I'm going to just show you a little photograph of this friend of mine's one on the Facebook Routemaster group that he's doing. And yeah, this is Clint's. Clint Hancock's Routemaster. So it is open top, and if you can see what he's been doing round there, round the back, and putting a bar in there, and putting the back to the front, and the front to the back, and various bits and bobs like that. So this is his one, but mine's going to be exactly the same. So yeah, Clint has shown us the way, and so yeah, I'm going to pinch the design. I've got permission from Clint to do that, and as I say, mine's going to be a bus from East Yorkshire, an East Yorkshire open top Routemaster, one that they had in their fleet, and more details to come at a later date. So isn't that good? Okay, right. I'm going to go and I'm going to leave you, and I'm going to say thank you very, very much indeed for coming along tonight and joining in. And please come along to all the other guys' channels as well. And hope you've enjoyed yourselves and you've learned something, and you go away wanting more as always. So good night, God bless, take care, and see you next time around. Goodbye.